Then I'm going to translate it into English. So the story we're reading today is Kobe na Sungura, the tortoise and the hare. Sorry about that. I forgot to push a button there. Got to push all them buttons. Walitaka mbio Kobe na Sungura waende walifanya maagano. Mambo yakawa sawa. Walisubiri pambano ni nani atakayepiga. Waliwaalika kuingia msituni na wanyama wakawambia wasifanye hivyo kana wanyama. Siku ambayo wao wataka sibiri angalia mashindano ni nani atakaye kukimbia. Yeah, that one is a mouthful there. Atakaye kukimbia. Atakaye kukimbia. Now waka kusanyika simba na punda wa milia tembo na faru chui na changia nyati za machapisho vyura. I don't know how to say this one. I'll go with pa hata nyoka hakuna alobakia. Amiri ilitoka washindani kukimbia. Sungura alikuwa shopoka. Huko nyuma angalia na Kobe kasingirika kiandama yake dia. Kitungue alipo wasili katikati ya pumzi ili anguka kwa haraka. Alikuwa chayati daharau zikamshika Kobe havuti moshi. Kazi ya Kobe ilichukua na kwa bidii tia katikati alikuja Sungura melalia wala hakuwa amechoka. Safari kaendelea. Kitungue kizunduka fududu mesikilia akakimbia haraka haraka ye chupia. Kobe yeye amewasili. Ushindi wa kapatia. Waliposema wote wanyama walimwambia kifua uwe mtu mzuri usisikilize mimi na medo umeweka. Sungura haijatoka kwa maana tumerika katika kusikia. Unayo hakika tumeshinda na tumeshushudia. Kongole ndako mwendani bidia ulotia. Kutungue yafaani mbio alo zikimbia. Kiburi na tarag ani hakum saidia. Sungura kahuzunika pumzi akizifua yakisha kumwagika manishida kwa zazoa. Taratibu aliondoka na machozi yakatoka. Now, I could have read that more than one way. That was the most difficult way, because I could have broke it up and done it in Kiswahili and in English and back and forth and back and forth. But I did it that way because the transliteration was not as fluid as I would like. And I didn't have time to go back in here and try to piece parts of it back in there to make that make sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read the straight English part over here on my other screen, as soon as I can figure out how to make this screen a little bigger. Come on now. Okay, now it doesn't want to get bigger. Oh, that's because I don't have the controls. Okay, now, there we go. Now I make it a little bigger and get it up the side so I can see it real good. There we go. All right. So, Kobe na Sungura, or the tortoise and the hare. Always looking for an easy way to increase his prestige. The key is looking for an easy way to increase his prestige. Sungura, the hare, challenged Kobe, the tortoise, to a race. Now, obviously, Sungura does not think he's going to lose this race because he's racing against the tortoise. He figures this is easy pickings, low-hanging fruit, so to speak. After agreeing on the rules, they waited for the day of the race. Who would be the winner? They invited all the animals of the forest, telling them everyone should come and see this contest. The lions and zebras gathered together. The rhinos and elephants came out, along with the leopards and buffalo. The frogs, gazelles, and even the snakes came to see. Nobody stayed behind. Once the race began, Sungura jumped into the lead and never looked back. Meanwhile, Kobe the tortoise plodded along, going along his way. When Sungura finished the first half of the race, he was so tired, he had to take a break. So he collapsed on the ground, but he still had a commanding lead. He thought Kobe, who put the sound all the way back up there? He thought Kobe could never catch him, much less beat him. Kobe kept on plodding along. When he reached the halfway point, he found Sungura fast asleep. However, he was not tired and went on with his journey. When the hare awoke, when Sungura awoke, take it down some more. When he awoke with a start, Kobe had already come and gone. So off he ran in a rush. But Kobe had already finished the race and been declared the winner. Kobe had a big victory party and invited all the animals. All the animals agreed he had reached the goal. Long before Rabbit appeared at the finish line, Kobe certainly won. And everybody witnessed it. From this day forward, it's been known by all the animals that Tortoise is a leader. He is a leader. Congratulations are yours, old friend, for the effort that you made. As for the hare, what good is the speed with which he ran? Arrogance and boastfulness did not help him. Hare was sad as he panted away. Once water is spilled, it's hard to mop it up. Slowly, he left with tears flowing. Now, I should have said this at the beginning. I should have put a disclaimer in there that this story, even though it may seem as though it may be talking about somebody in particular, is not talking about anybody in particular. It's just an old story that's been around forever. And we found a version in Kiswahili, and we've been working with it for over a day and a half or so, trying to get it cleaned up and translated into English. And you can see the result, or you just heard the result right there of our work, where we now have it all cleaned up and to where it makes sense. So we've got a few more stories that we're going to translate into English as well. I don't know that these are necessarily Kiswahili stories, or if they're from East Africa, or if the stories may be from somewhere else. Because truthfully, I don't know if they have hares and, well, tortoises I'm sure are in Africa, but I don't know if there's any hares over there, if there's any rabbits over there in Africa. Okay, but it's a story, and it made it a good one to translate because we already knew where they were going. So you have an idea what the plot is and the storyline. That always helps when you're trying to translate. So this was a practice run for us, doing some new things in other languages like Kiswahili. Now, for all of those of you out there who think you're going to learn Kiswahili and go to Africa and talk to all the Africans in Kiswahili, you should stop thinking that. That probably is not going to happen. Matter of fact, a friend of mine whose husband is from Kenya, East Africa, where people do speak Kiswahili, and all of her children, a number of her children were born in Africa. She said she was better off learning Luo than she was, which is the language of her husband and his tribe, rather than learning Kiswahili, because the little bit that she learned here in school, when she went over there to try to use it, it came out sounding really ridiculous, more like she was at a comedy show. Because if you say kaki taco at a comedy show, everybody will laugh. But if you walk into somebody's house and you say kaki taco, or they walk into your house and you tell them kaki taco, they're going to laugh again, but it won't be, you're not trying to be funny. That's the difference. Because kaki taco means literally sit your butt. So Kiswahili, learning Kiswahili is helpful in learning other African languages. It does have a lot of Arabic in it because it was used as a trading language, still is used as a trading language. However, when you go to Africa, you're still going to have to learn. Not only are you going to have to learn an African language, but you're going to have to learn the modern usage of the language. Because I've listened to some videos, which you can also see on YouTube, of people doing things in Kiswahili today, and I noticed that there was a lot of English within their Kiswahili. So the Kiswahili of today that the young people are using is not the same Kiswahili that you're going to find in a book like the one that we're using from 1972. Okay, the 1972 version of the way we talk would be very different than the way we talk today. And the same thing would, be true of other eras as well. So just a few little minor notes there on Kiswahili and its usefulness as a language to communicate in. Maybe not the best thing to learn to use to communicate, but a good introduction to one African language, and an easy one to learn, one of the easiest to learn because it doesn't have tonal qualities to it. It doesn't have the tones that the Yoruba has. In Yoruba, you have to say things with the proper tone, almost like speaking Chinese. Yeah, you'd be surprised how similar Yoruba is to Chinese. Very similar in a number of ways. All right, in the meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and do things in a good style. We got an appointment here at 1 o'clock. We're going to be dealing with some things for our garden. And in the meantime, we're going to let y'all go. We'll be back tonight at 9. And we'll see what we do tomorrow. I'm not really sure. We may do a rerun, or maybe I'll be able to get one of these videos up I've been trying to get up here for a while. I'm thinking about trying that for the first time, get one of the videos up. But it's going to take some more work. I'm going to have to do some editing and then see what I come up with for a 15-minute segment. In the meanwhile, peace out without a doubt. Please don't forget, give us a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe right here below. Peace out without a doubt until tonight.